think I said this a little bit in the special teaching that came out the other day called You Can Be More, all right? And I've said this a little bit, I don't remember if it was in that, it was just over the last couple of weeks or whatever. I need you to understand something about me and how I see my role here, okay? It's not my role to be nice. I should be nice, but that's not my role. My role is to get you to be awake and running the race, okay? And so I might have to be a little bit of like, man, I hate that guy. Why does he keep doing that to me? Because you need to hear it, okay? Do you know anybody that you've ever heard successful anyway that didn't have a coach? In anything, music, art, sports, whatever, they all have coaches. You know what those coaches are always doing? Pushing them, always pushing them, all right? And so I'm not here to be a friend. I'm not here to make you think I'm the greatest guy on the planet. I'm here to push you towards the end of the race, towards the goal, all right? I told you, life's a game. Some of you don't understand that you're playing a game. You're kind of just in the game. You're just existing in the game, all right? You're like an extra in the movie. You're there on the screen. People walk past you all the time, but you're not really in the show. I want to encourage you to be the star of the show, your show. Focus on your life, your show, and be living that the best you can, doing what you can. And I don't think that I need to be worried about being overly nice. An elder will tell you, I'm very nice, okay? Especially if you're listening, and when by listening, meaning you're taking in the information and putting it into use, right? I will cheer you on like no tomorrow. But some of you think, man, he's just so, no. You're only saying that because you're not ready to wake up and race. You're sitting there in the audience watching everybody else race, okay? Do you understand that when you sit in front of the Creator at judgment time, he's going to be judging the effort. This is what they taught you in Christianity. But he's going to be judging you on the effort. I don't care how physically handicapped you might be, the effort doesn't necessarily have to be physical, okay? It's the striving to maximize what you can do. Remember the parable of the talents. He was not mad at the guy that took 5 and made 5 any more than he was happier with the one who took 10 and made 10 type of thing, right? You did what you did with what you had. If I gave you 5 and you turned that into 10, but I know full well you could have made it into 20, I'm not gonna be as happy as the person I gave 5 who turned it into 7, and that's the best they could do, and they put in all their effort. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not even about the numbers. Did you maximize you? That's all I want to do is get you to maximize you. Okay, when I was 14, 15 years old and I first saw Tony Robbins, my dream was to one day be doing what he does. And then I ended up in ministry many, many years later and had my brother in a conversation one day say to me, he said, remember that dream you had about doing this motivational stuff like Tony Robbins? He goes, I said, yeah. He says, well, you are doing that. You're just doing it in a little different way. And actually, in a really much more powerful way. Because this is about your eternal life. It's not just about success in this world, okay? But you expect me to just sit up here, because there's another guy down the road that talks a lot nicer than I do. And he's a whole lot more popular, and I could care less. Because I'm all about the result that I'm gonna hear when he is still gonna judge me on you. I was your teacher. How come you didn't kick that one a little harder? How come you let that one get away with just being all that complacent? I just want you to understand how I see my role, okay? And some of you are gonna sit down in the, you're watching me right now and sitting next to other people in your living room, whatever, going, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. That guy, you know what? Until your life is better than or has everything it has in it, you might not want to be picking on whoever's talking. Okay? Easy for you to run your mouth when you don't have. Oh, you don't like me saying that, I know. It's true though, isn't it? Okay? We got people all the time out there think they're teachers, think they're experts, think they're this. They're talking in public on YouTube, or they're talking personally around you guys. But do they have anything? You should be calling them out and saying, why would you say anything about whatever he's doing? You don't have anything. What qualifies you to do that? Call them out. Call them out. Everything I have, I worked my patootie off for. Okay? I wasn't handed a bunch of stuff. Matter of fact, most of what I figured out, I blew multiple times trying to figure it out. I paid the price. I got the street cred. All right? What do you have running your mouth? Just throwing that out there. And again, I really don't care about the one running their mouth. I'm trying to help you be protected against listening to it. Because you might be susceptible. Remember I talked about SNIOPT? Susceptible to the negative influences of other people? I don't want that to happen to you. You could be really starting to go in the right direction and you're going to get derailed. Some of you have been listening to some of the people that left over the years and almost went where they went because they almost got you. You almost got sucked in. You know who you are. Some of you know that you got was close. You almost was. Listen, this is not their journey for your life. It's your journey for your life. Their journey's for their life. Okay? And you can look them in the eye and say, if this doesn't work for you, that's fine. It works for me. Go do your thing, I'll do my thing. Okay? But this is the coach I need. All right? You want to call me rabbi? Call me coach. All right? Because I'm going to kick you till you get there. All right? I'm going to sit there going like, look, I was a personal trainer. I know how to say, come on, one more, let's go. Don't give up. Push, let's go. Some of you are like, oh, I'm glad I didn't have him as a trainer. Yeah, you are. But you would have, if you had me, you would have got the results. Because a good trainer is only going to push you knowing you can get there, not push you where you're going to get injured or do something you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You hear me pushing on you, it's because you can do what I'm pushing on you. You have it in you. Oh, but I don't believe it. I don't see it. I know you don't. I do. Just like he does, you don't see it. He sees it, though. You know how I know he sees it? Because he put you in front of me to get pushed on, okay? Why would he put you here if he didn't see you getting there? Think about it, right? He put you here, and some people are watching now, well, what about the Torah portion? What, you want to hear about Dina and all the dumb stuff she did? Fine, we can talk about that, okay? Or do you want to figure your life out, okay? Because we're going to get to this. Oh, I got a whole bunch of people saying, well, I don't go there anymore because all he does is talk about, yeah, the stuff you need to hear. Okay? All right? Okay, let me. If you are 50 or younger, you better light your hair on fire to figure out what you need to figure out. Or you're going to be calling me miserable at 60 and broke and frustrated with life. I get those calls every week. I'm not picking on the ones who call. It's too late. They messed it up. Problem is they don't want to live in what they built. And they don't want to own, my life sucks because this is what I built. Oh, you blame this group and blame your parents and blame stop. You've been out of their house for 30 years by the time you're 50, 40 years by the time you're 60. At least you should have been. So why is it their fault? Most of your life has been you. You need to wake up spiritually, financially, physically, with your health, relation, everything. And you need to work on it like there's nothing else. Because you are going to be one miserable 65-year-old, I promise you. I get people calling me, I don't have any children that talk to me anymore, and nobody likes me, and I'm over here, and my husband's been treating me garbage for 47 years. Well, why did you build that? Now, for that person, it's a little late. It's hard to fix that at 60-something years old. But some of you are in the middle of something that will look like that if you don't fix it. Okay? You are headed there. Please look at where the train is going that you're already riding. Okay? Because some of you are thinking, well, someday. No, not someday. I know exactly where I'm going to be next year and 10 years, etc., because I'm planned for it. And if I'm ever doing something that's not taking me there, I change what I'm doing. I'm not going to sit there doing something that I already know isn't going to get me there. I'm not just going to drop if it's like my job. I'm not going to just drop that the day I realize that. I'm going to go start actively looking for a better one. Okay? Your relationships, your health things, the choices you're making, spiritually, where are you in terms of this walk? Where is your strength of commitment? Do you actually hold strong the things you claim? See, a lot of you are just kind of walking this thing out thinking, I said I believed in everything, and I keep some of this stuff or whatever. A lot of people kept a lot of stuff, died in that desert. They didn't get to go in the land. These things are supposed to scare the you-know-what out of you to wake you up. The stories aren't in here just as though, oh, look at how dumb those people were. Yeah, it might be you right now, acting the same. I think we might do that soon, that teaching where we're just going to start with Adam and start looking at how dumb everybody was, how smart they were, and why they were dumb and why they were smart, so you can learn from it. Okay? I don't want to just talk to you about what they did. I want you to help understand what might have been behind what they did. Why did they make the right decision? Why did they make the wrong decision? Because some of you are just you're not thinking at all. You're just reacting to stuff. Okay? Where's that gotten you so far? Just reacting. Well, I don't have time. Yes, you do. I promise you, if you sat down with me and we were to be honest in a conversation, we could find 20 hours a week you are wasting. That you have time. I promise you we could find 10, 15, 20 that you could be doing better with. Okay? There's no doubt. I don't joke when I say I work 100 hours a week. And I do. Okay? 7 days a week, 6 hours of sleep is how many hours? 42. How many hours are there in a week? 168. It gives me still 120 more. Okay, you want to sleep 8 hours a day? So fine, so that's 56. Still 168 hours in a week. Okay, you still have over 100 hours to do everything else. Oh, but I'm tired. So take a nap, get back up and go. This is like motivated by mortality. You are going to die. One day you're going to come to the end. If you're getting older, which all of you are, nobody's outside of that realm, we're all getting older, that means it's getting closer. Does that motivate you? Or are you going to be one of those ones that arrives at 65 going, oh my gosh, how'd I end up here? Because that's 90% of you. Not just you, like the world, okay? That is like 90% of people going, I thought I'd have more money. I thought I'd have more time. I thought I'd have more health. I thought I'd have more of this. But you don't. What gave you the idea that you would? What was going on in your life that you actually thought you'd have more if you weren't doing anything to get there? I mean, man, Rabbi, what did you have for dinner? My shake. So, and if you know about my shake, you know it had everything in there to light everything up, okay? But this is the way I always am, all right? Been like this since I came out of the womb. I know you want to pray for my mother now, and you should, okay? I was definitely a handful, all right? Definitely, I had friends call me the blur. He's just all over the place, all right? I know some of you are like older thinking, I can't move like that. Up here, move up here. Be active up here.